Good Monday morning, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for starting your week off here as we continue making our way toward the end of the book of Psalms, if you will. We'll be in the 139th Psalm today. So if you want to join me there in the 19th verse, go ahead and like and share the post. And we'll start looking at this Psalm again in verse 19. At this point, David's going to shift gears just a little bit, and as he continues this psalm, expressing his desire to be closer to God, to live a holy and just life. But now in this verse, he's going to change gears a little bit. He's talked a lot about how God works in his life, and now he's going to tackle obviously verse 19. He says, "Surely thou will slay the wicked." He's going to shift gears to focus on the wicked people, the wickedness and the sin that was in the world or is in the world, and the evil that is practiced, and those who are opposed to God's work. And certainly in David's life, we see numerous occasions where the wicked did everything in their power to stop David from being the man that God wanted him to be, from being the king that God wanted him to be. And we still today experience that issue. If you are attempting to live for the Lord, trying to be the servant He would have you to be, and live close to the Lord, you will have those who do everything in their power to stop that and to hinder you from being close to the Lord. And so let's look at what David says here. Again, it's a common pattern. David says, "Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain." And David is asking God to deal with those wicked. He's calling on God again. That we see that pattern. We see that this happen repeatedly in the Psalms. And again, to me, when God repeats something in His Word, that means He's really trying to get us to pay attention. And repeatedly, we have learned the lesson that when you are in trouble, when you are facing problems, you ask God for help. And so he asked God to intervene on his behalf to deal with this wicked, that these wicked people, they hate God's people, they hate God, they're doing everything in their power to stop David from being a servant of God. And if you've served God very long, if you've tried to serve God at all, you are familiar with that, and it may come, very mildly many times. We have an example, and this is just something, your friends and family will know that you're in church, that you're trying to, live right. You take your family to church, and they will invariably plan something, family gathering or something, on a Sunday morning, on a Sunday. Sometime where it's going to take you, you're put in a position of having to choose between family and your church and serving God. You've committed to, maybe you're a Sunday school teacher or nursery worker, something like that. You've committed to a role in your church, but your family, your unchurched family, or maybe lightly churched family will, and that's just one example. Your coworkers will know that you're trying to, that you try to live for the Lord, and they'll want to tell you some off-color joke or get you to look at something on the internet that is less than honorable, or go out with them after work for a drink. It comes in, it comes in all forms and fashions, but we still today have those who, again, will try to hinder our own walk with the Lord. But here's where David distinguishes himself in verse 21. He says, "Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate you? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies." And those are strong words that, especially in our world today, David is saying, "Lord, I'm going to be loyal to you. I'm disgusted. I'm grieved by their life and by what they're doing, by the fact that they despise you and come against you." And I despise that about them. And so David just simply demonstrates here for us a hatred of evil, of those that are living for wickedness and practicing wickedness. And he expresses his love, devotion for the Lord. And in this world we live in today, that seems to be getting harder to do. Again, we all, I think anybody watching, listening today, can identify with this situation. That the more you seems the more you try to live for the Lord, the more your coworkers, your family, and others will try to hinder that, and so we have to commit ourselves to loving the Lord. As Jesus says, we're in this world, but we're new creatures. We don't love the things we used to love, and we hate the things we used to love, and love things we used to hate. And so it's a real challenge, and I think a lot of us can identify with where David is in these verses. And so I hope to encourage you today. You are, if you're in this world, you are surrounded by wickedness. You are surrounded by evil, wicked people who hate God. Therefore, they hate anyone who serves God, because you represent God and godliness to them, and they will do everything in their power to draw you and pull you away from your walk for the Lord. And today we need to make a fresh commitment. Lord, I'm going to love you. I'm going to serve you, and I'm going to despise evil and wickedness, and I'm going to love you and serve you. And I hope you'll pray for me. I pray for you. We pray for each other and all of God's people today as they seek to live for Him in this evil and rotten world. You have a good day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.